Hey guys, this is Sam the Leftist, and today we're looking at where the election stands at this time at 6:49 p.m. Okay, so what you're looking at now is the states that are called and not called by CNN. The states that are gray are not called by CNN. All the other states are called. I think technically Alaska isn't called, but it's pretty. We can pretty clearly say that it's going for Trump. Um, if you look at the results, Biden is leading in Arizona and Nevada, and that's enough for him to carry the election. Now let's look at the states that Biden is not winning in. Okay, so Biden is not winning in Georgia right now. He has Trump has a lead of 50% with 49% of the precincts reporting. If you look at Georgia, the counties that have the fewest reported are DeKalb County with about 90% of the precincts in, Fulton County 95, but remember this is a lot of votes coming in. Clayton County doesn't have a lot in. 95, Gwinnett 95. So overall, the reporting is coming from the Atlanta metro area. That's where the underreporting is, and that's where Democrats do the best. In Augusta, there is only 86% of the precincts reporting, which is a very heavily Biden area with a lot of votes, third biggest city in Georgia. In Columbus, the second biggest city in Georgia, you only have 89% of precincts reporting. In Savannah, another Democratic stronghold with a fairly large population, only 87% of precincts in. So Georgia is a complete toss-up. It's a coin flip. We don't know how this is going to go. It could go back and forth. In North Carolina, this is less so. It's becoming more clear that Trump is becoming more likely to win North Carolina. The only thing is that in Winston-Salem, there are less results in, which could give Biden more votes and could narrow the gap, but Biden is losing by about 2%, unlike Georgia, where it's about 1 percentage point. Okay, look at Pennsylvania, where Trump is currently winning. You'll see that the results are nowhere near done. Even though Trump's lead is looking better, only 70% of the results are in Philadelphia. Only 84% of the results are in Pittsburgh. And in the Philadelphia suburbs, there's not a lot of results in either, which are very, very Democratic areas. And also remember, this is the perfect storm against Trump right now in this state. Not only is it in Democratic areas, it's also in Democratic areas where it's mail-in votes, which already favor Democrats. Secretary of State said that we would have results by the afternoon, but counting elections is hard and it's going a little bit slower. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes stuff just takes slower. Arizona, Biden's clearly winning. There's less results counted in the cities. He should expand his lead. But who knows? But it's likely that Biden will remain the winner in Arizona. In Nevada, same thing. It's about equal throughout the city and the country, but there is more votes in the city, so it'll probably hold at the percentage point it is at now. Okay, so now let's talk about the slim chance that Trump is able to do a full 360 and able to win the election. If Trump were to win the election, not only would he need to win Georgia, New York, and Pennsylvania, which if he wins all those, he still loses the election. He would need to turn around Nevada, which is already unlikely. And there's a good chance that the map could look like this. Well, not really, North Carolina. And Biden could win with over 300 votes, but we don't know. Obviously, I think now let's talk about what would be the tipping point. So, as we stand right now, either Pennsylvania is going to release their votes and Biden's going to win because they said they were releasing them this evening, but who knows? Arizona is trending more Democratic. Let's say one of the news sources calls it Arizona blue. Now it's just a race. Nevada, Biden's already winning. He's looking to expand his lead, and it would be hard for Trump to catch up. And they call Nevada, and he wins. Election's over, 270 electoral votes. Now, let's say Pennsylvania is called. Bam, the election's over. If Georgia is called, which is more unlikely, it's an electoral tie. An electoral tie, the House decides the president and the Senate decides the vice president. So in this situation, it would be likely that Joe Biden would be the president and Mike Pence would be the vice president. But that's if Trump wins all these states surrounding it, which likely wouldn't happen. If Georgia goes blue, then Arizona will, Nevada will. So this is very unlikely, but it's fun to think about. But overall, this is all I have to say about it. One last thing, I will say there was people on social media freaking out about the possibility of their candidate not winning. Trump was ahead on election night. That was the Red Mirage, which was talked about a lot, and the media actually covered it pretty well. At least CNN when I was watching it. They talked about how there's more votes in. Don't get too happy or don't get too disappointed. And some people didn't listen and they're freaking out about the results. At no point did I think that any point in election night did I think Trump was more favored to win. I went to sleep at midnight because I knew nothing would happen, and I was proven right in the morning. Obviously, you can't really blame the polls on this much because all this was in the margin of error. Yeah, and this is just one possibility out of a ton that we can get from the polling data, and this possibility happens. Okay? So, that's all I have to say, and good night. Hopefully we'll know the president by the end of tonight, or maybe into tomorrow. But it's increasingly looking harder and harder for Trump every minute.